Hey everyone, it's Jessica here with another layout for Pear Tree Cut Files. Today I'm using the A as for Adventure cut file from the August release, and I've got this large photo of my grumpy gills here from the amusement park, and don't let him fool you, he really does have a good time, but he has reached the point where he is completely over me taking photos of him, so he always gives me this grump face lately. So, you know what? I'm documenting it, and he's probably going to slap me someday in the future when he's old enough to realize that this is in his scrapbook. But you know what? These are part of our memories, and I really hope he enjoys looking back on this. So I'm using some Nuvo glue here. I've printed my photo in a pretty large format. This is an 8.5 by 11 inch photo paper, so it pretty much filled the paper. I cut one side off already, but it pretty much filled up my paper. I think I used very narrow margins, like 1/2 inch margins around the outside, so it was pretty big and filled up my paper. And I am just going to glue this directly down to my cut file, or glue my cut file directly down to my photo, and then I am just using my little scissors here to trim this out around my photo, around that cut file shape. So I'm going to have my little grumpy gills here inside the letter A. When I saw this cut file originally, when Marie shared them with the team, I immediately was drawn to this cut file and thought, oh man, I hope I can make that work, because all I could see with this cut file was putting a large photo in the middle of it. And I just really wanted to make it work. So I was so happy that I figured it out and got this photo inside my letter A just perfectly. I did trim out the middle part of the large A. That way you could just fully see my photo. So I manipulated the cut file just a tad to cut that middle section out of the A. That way the focus was on my photo itself. And then I went ahead and cut it out again, the whole cut file. I just kind of used the shapes and slice tool on my Cricut software, and it just cut out that adventure word. So I had that cut out in Paige Evans blue. It's kind of like a floral background paper, and I'm using another background paper for the actual background. This is all from her new collection called Adventurous, and I thought it was just perfect for this layout. It's because we are at that amusement park and having a great time, and Mr. Grumpy Gills here is giving me all his funny faces and acting like he's not having a good time, but he really truly was. So I love this collection. I think it really did this photo justice, and it was perfect for this layout. I grabbed a couple of these large embellishments. I'm going to add a little bit to my title. Also going to add the scallop border here, which is something that I love to do. I love adding those scallop strips around my photos and things, so this was just perfect for this layout as well. I've got a little tab here. I've stamped my date there, and I'm just going to go ahead and stick this cut file down because I'm not really going to do anything else to it except add embellishments around it. So I know that's where I wanted to go. I tried to center it up around my page, and then I'm going to add, my camera is going all jiggly. My daughter here was messing with my drawers and bumped my camera tripod on my desk a little bit. So I did a little bit of rearranging there, and I am just stringing some of my thread, or not thread, but some of my little crinkly ribbon through my little tag there that says Bon Voyage. They were riding this little fish ride at our local amusement park, so I thought that was pretty appropriate to use the little Bon Voyage tag, as we don't really like fly anywhere. So all of my collections that have airplanes or anything having to do with flying, I usually end up using them on these amusement park layouts and things like that, and it just works out perfectly. I was going to add that little cloud there, but you couldn't see it against the background, so I ended up just not using it. And I'm going to add that little geotag there at the top, which was perfect. I'm going to add to my title. So right now it says Hello Adventure. I'm actually going to add to it and make it say Hello Adventure Mr. Grumpy Gills. So I'm going to add a bunch of the little puffy letters from this collection as well. But I wanted to make this cut file itself pop a little bit more, so I grabbed my white gel pen and I'm just going to make an outline around these letters just to make them pop a little bit more, since that is a pretty dark blue on there. Just adding a couple more florals around here and some light embellishments. Here's the smaller letters from the Paige Evans collection that I'm going to use. I wanted to add a little arrow here first, and then I'm going to add my puffy stickers for the letters that say Mr. Grumpy Gills, which we watch a lot of Finding Nemo around here, so that's where that came from. But I just thought it was super cute, and that's what I call him every time he makes these grumpy faces. I actually have another layout of him riding the same ride, and I think it's on a red fish, and this one's a blue fish, but I think he was making the same grumpy face, and I referenced him to I can't remember the grumpy old man that is the puppet. Walter, I think is his name, from the comedian, so Jeff Dunham. So I just thought that was so funny on that layout, and again, he's making the same kind of Grumpy Gills faces, so it's just fun, and I just love to scrap these funny pictures of my boys and just kind of give them a little bit of a hard time. I mean, that's my job as their mom, right? So I've got these little florals. I'm just going to continue sticking everything down, alternating between my Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive, which dries clear, and my little 3D foam squares by Gina K. I've got a couple of these puffy stickers that I'm going to add to this layout. I've got my whole title on there at this point. You can see it says, Hello Adventure Mr. Grumpy Gills. It's a long title today, but I really, really like it, and it suits my whole layout and the vibe really well. So I'm excited how this one's coming together. I'm going to add a couple things from the sticker book, and I love sticker books. If you guys know my videos and you've watched me before, you know that I am obsessed with the Simple Stories sticker books because they come jam-packed with a million things that you can use on your layouts and projects, and they're great for mini albums as well. So I'm super excited that Paige Evans has a sticker book in this collection, so of course I had to grab it. So I'm adding a bunch of things from there, and I'm going to add a couple more little die cuts and things. I wanted something here at the bottom for journaling, so I settled on that little chipboard tag, and then I'm going to add some thread in there as well. It's just some striped embroidery floss, so I'm going to run that through here, and then just add my journaling right on here. And then I'll get that stuck down to my layout and add a little puffy heart there along with it. And I'm going to grab some little wordy bits from the sticker book because it's just going to look cute, and I love adding little wordy bits to my layout. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the tails down there. I'll grab my little tiny attacher stapler to staple down the tails of that so it's not going to move around anywhere. My little girl is fighting with me over my embellishments right now and ripping them off my desk. I usually give her a couple to play with. And I'm just going to stick on those couple more little wordy bits there, staple down those tails, add a couple more things, and then I'm going to add some sequins because you guys know I love my sequins, gotta have my sparkle. So I've grabbed a nice mix by Catherine Pooler that I've been favoring lately, and the colors of it just go perfectly with this layout. It does add a little pop of pink to go with my little pink Bon Voyage tag and that pinkish purple hello for the title. So I just thought they just add a little pop of sparkle, and I love them. So here is the finished layout. I will link everything that I've used down below in the description in case you want to grab anything from any of the shops, and I will link the cut file as well in case you want to grab it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I've inspired you to create something. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.